Hello, my name is Chris, and I'd like to tell you today about the supply agreement with renewable energy, or SARE program. This was introduced in 2019 under the Energy Commission, or Suruhanjaya Tenaga of Malaysia, and Sustainable Energy Development Authority, or SARE, as a measure to achieve the government's target of 20% renewable energy in its generation mix by 2025. SARE was introduced in addition to the prevailing renewable energy programs, such as net energy metering, NEM, feed-in tariff, FIT, and self-consumption, or SELCO. The main difference between SARE and the other older programs is that commercial and industrial companies can now implement solar PV, or photovoltaic installations, at zero cost through the SARE program. Let's take a look at the SARE program ecosystem. The primary coordinating entity is the Project Delivery Partner, or PDP, right? That brings together the various parties and ensures that in every step of the way, from conceptualization to commissioning, it is providing oversight and stepping in to resolve issues when necessary. We work with EcoDwell Ventures, or EDV, as the project delivery partner. The RPVIs are a panel of registered photovoltaic investors who invest in the solar rooftop assets and own the assets for the duration of the contract. In some cases, more than one RPVI might invest in an installation to spread the risk. The second group are the installers nationwide, called Registered Photovoltaic Service Providers, or RPVSPs. Sometimes RPVIs can also play a dual role as both the investor and installer. So they can be both the registered PV investor and also the registered PV service provider. The third group are the site owners, on whose premises the solar PV systems will be installed and who will purchase the solar energy that will be produced. Finally, the fourth group are the project promoters like me, right, who find qualified site owners. So what are the benefits of the SARE program for site owners? Well, number one, no upfront capital outlay, right? They get to go green at zero cost. There's absolutely no upfront capital outlay for the site owners. Two, no monthly maintenance fee, right? So it is totally handled by the installers, and it doesn't burden the site owners financially at all. Three, payment is simple and hassle-free, right? And it is only through a single integrated TNB bill monthly. So site owners do not have to deal with more than one payment to TNB each month. Number four, it's a safe program endorsed by the government and operating since 2019, with numerous installations commissioned and operating smoothly. Number five, electricity savings via lower solar tariff and MD savings. MD stands for maximum demand, which is the peak load imposed by a TNB customer to the TNB system at any point in time. TNB needs to cater for this peak load whenever required by its customers. Since electricity cannot be stored, there must be sufficient available generation, transmission, and distribution capacity to meet the highest demand. So MD tariffs are normally structured much higher than normal TNB rates. The well-structured SARE program allows site owners to reduce electricity costs immediately and throughout the duration of the 21-year contract. Six, the site owners essentially have little risk, as they are merely buying energy from the investor or asset owner at a rate less than what they would normally pay to TNB. In addition, they are not generally responsible for any maintenance other than ensuring that there are no damages caused by them. 7, access to cheaper solar energy at a rate that is lower than energy from a power grid will add value to the property. And finally, you now have a second electricity supplier at a lower rate while contributing to your sustainability objectives. SARE is signed between a site owner, a solar investor, and Tenaga Nasional Berhad, or TNB. And it's an agreement designed to protect both the site owner and the investor. And the tripartite agreement details out the contract years, which is normally 21 years, the solar cent per kilowatt hour price, which is normally up to 20% below the prevailing TNB rate, and the covenants and obligations of each party. The site owner provides an unused rooftop or land or a parking lot for space as the location for a solar PV installation. The solar investor pays for the costs of the solar installation and assumes all responsibility for the ownership, operation, and maintenance. TNB acts as a billing agent, collecting monthly payments from the site owner by an integrated bill. And finally, EcoDwell Ventures oversees the overall execution of the program and functions as the project delivery partner, or PDP, on behalf of a panel of RPV investors, managing a team of installers or registered PV service providers nationwide. So all TNB subscribers get their electricity supply from the TNB power grid, right, which is fed in through the distribution board, resulting in a calculation of its monthly TNB bill. Right. Now, under SARE, we'll add another supply from the installed PV system through its own meter to the distribution board, and the TNB bill now is an integrated bill of the two power sources into one combined bill. There are 7 tariff categories that qualify for the SARE program. Right? So if you're under any of these 3 commercial tariff categories or 4 industrial tariff categories, your company can qualify for the SARE program. Yeah. So this is an example of the savings calculation for this company under tariff B. Okay, you'll see that it uses an average of about 16,703 kilowatt hours per month, right? After the solar PV system is installed, it still uses the same amount, 16,703 kilowatt hours per month, but the total TNB bill is reduced to 7,399 ringgit compared to 8,487 ringgit previously, right? So how is this done? The majority of its consumption is now under the lower tariff, right? Lower solar tariff of 0.4072 ringgit per kilowatt hour compared to the old tariff of 0.509 ringgit. So a reduction of 20%, resulting in a savings of 1,087 ringgit each month, or 12.9%. Right. This is another example. This company is under tariff C1, medium voltage general commercial tariff. It currently uses 175,200 kilowatt hours per month. Under the proposed solar PV system, if it continues to use 175,200 kilowatt hours per month, its TNB bill will be reduced from 86,048 ringgit down to 77,645 ringgit, because the solar rate of that's 29.2 cents is a 20% discount from the current tariff of 36.5 cents. Yeah. So the savings each month is 8,402 ringgit, or 9.8%. Now let's look at an example under the industrial tariff category, E2, right, which is the industrial tariff. So this company is paying 222,325 ringgit per month, but the proposed solar PV system will reduce its monthly TNB bill to 205,169, right, resulting in an estimated monthly savings of 17,155, or an estimated annual savings of 205,869 ringgit, right, or 7.72%. So the workflow, in terms of the workflow, okay, the project is in 3 stages. In stage 1, the interested site owner submits 4 documents, right? Its recent 24 months TNB electricity bills, proof of site ownership, that's the land title or the sale and purchase agreement. Number 3 is a simple letter of intent to participate in the SARE program. And number 4, its latest 3 years audited financial statements. Okay, so once this is submitted, then EDV will proceed to use these documents to conduct a preliminary site audit and prepare the savings calculations. In stage 2, the registered PV service provider, the installer, inspects the site and verifies the earlier estimates prepared by EDV. The investor will obtain all the required approvals and permits for the investment. And finally, if all is in order, the site owner and investor, upon mutual consent, signs the agreement, right? And finally, in stage 3, the appointed RPV service provider installs the solar PV system. So finally, upon commissioning, TNB collects the integrated payments through its monthly bills for the regular TNB supply, as well as the new solar PV supply, right? So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me by email or WhatsApp, or just give me a call. Thank you for your kind attention.